About a dozen local firefighters are about to embark on a long journey to mark the 20th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks. CBS 2's Joy Benedict is live at the Santa Monica Pier where their cross-country bike ride is about to kick off. And Joy, it is so hard to believe that it's been almost 20 years.
Yeah, it really has been. I think everybody has a story of I remember when, right? I know I do. It was in Des Moines, Iowa. But nonetheless, we are live this morning here in Santa Monica, and it's really been an inspirational type of morning when you're thinking about the feat these firefighters are about to do, traveling all the way across the country. The firefighters are pedaling away. They just left a few moments ago with the big American flag, obviously, overhead as they did so. I want to show you some video from literally 2 minutes ago. That's when the firefighters pulled out with a motorcycle escort. Destination, New York City. The ride itself, 40 days, if you can believe it. But everybody's been out here for the last couple of hours as they did have a lot of events heading into this earlier this morning. They had a ceremony. A lot of family and friends also gathered around, and we have some video of that as well as they introduced all of the 11 firefighters that were in fact going to be making this ride. Almost all of them are going to do the entire ride to New York City, but a couple of them are doing the beginning and then catching up at the end because they are still active firefighters and can't be gone for that long. But nonetheless, the cyclists are traveling 3,300 miles in 40 days. 36 days of those 40 are actually going to be on the road, traveling 90 to 120 miles per day. They are doing this leading up to the 20th anniversary, or I should say 20th remembrance of 9/11, obviously in New York City. And in the meanwhile, they're trying to raise money for funds that help firefighters and those that are still affected because of this tragedy.
Going to pay our respects to those that were lost on 9/11. And to try to bring awareness to the American people about how important a date this is. A lot of people aren't aware of the fact that we're coming up on more people dying, firefighters dying in the aftermath of 9/11 from working the pile recovery and stuff from 9/11 related cancers and illnesses that were lost on 9/11.
And that's the thing. We've been talking about those cases for many years now, not only firefighters, police officers, but many journalists who also covered the aftermath of 9/11 that are dealing with so many of those cancers here today. But it's important to remember one thing that I liked that retired Battalion Chief Buchanan said is that he hopes that in the next 40 days they will also drum up a lot of patriotism. The things that he likes to remember most after 9/11 is about how this country came together, and he's hoping it continues to do so leading up to this moment that marks 20 years since those towers fell. Alex.